Just looking at these super cool masks that me and Grace painted when we was in Vietnam, backpacking. Love it, look at that. Anyways, let's talk about business. So starting a business doesn't have to be this long-winded and confusing task. It's super easy to register, it's super easy to get your business out there and get started. And I'm gonna take you through the quick stages that you need to get started today and get your business off the ground. If you're new here, my name's Jack. I'm a designer and animator, and this channel is all about creativity, productivity, and wellness. All three I feel that you need to fuel your future. So here's a quick overview of what we'll go through. Number one is registering your business with Companies House. This will make a lot more sense when we go through it. Number two is what package to buy. It can be very confusing if you're just first coming into it. Number three is banking and the dreaded tax man. You still have to pay taxes, even though I don't want to. And number four is extra bills and a couple of other tips and tricks. When I first started my business, I didn't have a clue what to do. I started completely new. I didn't know anyone that owned their own business, and I couldn't really ask anyone. So I just Googled endlessly, watched endless YouTube videos, watched every single entrepreneur video and every single Lamborghini in the garage video, and after a while it just sort of got on my nerves and every video was the same and nothing actually told you about how to start the business. So what you need to do to get started is register your business as a limited company. If you form a limited company, it means the finances of the company are separate to your personal finances. So basically the company is its own person, own business. Everything that goes in and out of the company is its own thing, and you are the director or the shareholder of that business. It doesn't affect, say, that if you have a full-time job, it doesn't also get added on to the taxes that you already pay. It also gives you a business number, and this is really good for when you're applying for a business bank account or when Shopify asks you for the business number. So to register your business as a limited company, I used companiesmadesimple.com. It's not sponsored by them, but it is the one that I've used over the past couple years. It's super simple, it's really easy to use, and we'll go through it now. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is Google Companies Made Simple. And this is it right here. So basically what you need to put in is your company name. So let's say, I don't know. We've got Pascal here. Let's call it Pascal's Treats. So good news, Pascal's Treats Limited is now available to register. Okay, so that basically means that it's available and the name's okay. No one else has got that company name. So make sure, well, the only way you can actually go through it is by doing this. So what it means is that you are now a UK private limited company and anybody can search you on Companies House. So let's do Companies House. So basically you can search for any company information online. So it's really good if you want to get the address for, I don't know, my favorite addiction, Costa Coffee. So then there you go, the Costa Bros Coffee Company. And then you can see it's a private limited company, when their accounts are due, and all of the other different sort of information. You can also get the registered office address just in case you want to write them a letter of some sort. God knows why you would. Yes. This top one is what covers all of the different packages. This is so your company can be filled on that Companies House. So what's good about this part is that it gives you information for every single tick box. You can read through this and understand what ones you need. Now, the ones that I think are most important are making sure that it's a UK private limited company and also the registered office address. This is really good, and this is part of the privacy package. The privacy package is the one that I always go for. And this means that the address of your company is an N1 London postcode. So that is not only good for your privacy, so people don't just randomly find out your home address, it also means that your business is a North London, Central London office. It's really good for Google search engine optimization, and it also looks great on Google when you look for the store. So if we Google in anti-frames onto Google, you can see the address. Even though it doesn't run out of there, that's just where my PO box is, that's where all my letters go. You can see that it's right there. So the one that I would go for is the privacy package. You can then press buy now. So there's a load of other options here, such as the online register, the mail ordering address, the pack, and all of this. You don't need any of this. I've never bought or used any of this. You can get this mail forwarding address. If you think that you're going to get a lot of important mail, they can forward it to your home address, which is quite good, I guess. But for 55 quid, I'm not too sure if it's worth it. What they'll do when you first sign up, the taxman will send a letter to that PO box, and they'll scan that letter into you and send it to you, and that letter will be your tax number for the company. And then you can sign into your tax account and then sort out all of your business taxes through the government gateway. So this is basically everything. You've now got your limited formation package, you've got the fraud protection, and you've got the registration review. And these are all covered within £35.16. So that's pretty cheap. This will now make your company a limited company, and you can officially start trading under that name, and you'll also be given a company number. So I've logged into my account, and this is what you'll have when you're here. You have the dashboard, and then just on the left here you can see my companies. Now I only have one, which is the Anti-Frames. So you'll have Anti-Frames Limited and the company number and all the information that you need, which I've obviously blurred out. And then yes, it will give you all the company details, your confirmation statement, your company number, and then you're basically good to go from there. Boom, you've now registered your company with Companies House, and you have a business number and you have a registered office. The company is now real. We're in the deep end now, and it's ready to get going. Now what all of these places will do that you're signing up to will say, oh, we'll give you £100 cash back if you sign up to this bank, or come with our bank, come with Barclays, come with Halifax. What I went with was Tide. Again, not sponsored, sadly. I don't get paid a penny, but Tide have been really, really good to me. Over the past couple years, I've used Tide, and it's so easy. It's basically, if you use Monzo, it's exactly the same, but for a business account. You don't legally have to have a business bank account. It's up to you if you want one, but I just like to have one. Again, you've got your own thing to handle. You haven't got all the incomings and outgoings within your personal bank account. So if you have this separate business bank account, then everything can go through there and run smoothly, and then when you come to pay the tax man, it's all smooth, and you can literally just send that out and it's done. So you're basically there. You have a real business. You are now officially a director. Whack that on your CV. And now you can start building the business and going towards whatever you planned on that horizon. Now for your taxes, you'll be sent a UTR number. Now if we got a registered office, like I said earlier, that letter will be sent to your registered office. They'll scan it and they'll email it to you. You'll then have a login to go into your company's tax accounts, and that's where you put all your earnings, losses, hopefully not, and other things for the business. Now this is all really confusing, and if you don't know exactly how to do it, I'd definitely recommend getting an accountant. I use an accountant. She's about £450 a year, which I've heard is really cheap. I'm sure you can find someone or know someone who knows an accountant.
I'm an accountant. Where do you work? At a place where accountants work.
If you can do that, I would definitely recommend it. Basically what I do is keep track of everything that goes through the business. Again, it's super easy because I've now got my own bank account with Tide. Everything that goes in and out of there, if I'm spending money on marketing, if I'm spending money on packaging, if I'm spending money on stock, everything is there and it's in them folders. I then send that to her and she sorts everything out for me and sends me a letter to say, your taxes have been done. That saves me hours of work. It saves me months of finding out exactly how to fill out the tax forms. So that's a good thing to keep in mind for the future. When your taxes are due, I think you should probably save for a proper chartered accountant. So one more hidden thing that I wanted to talk about is ICO, and this is basically all to do with GDPR and data protection. Now, if your company is like mine and you're taking people's data, so like on my website, when you buy a pair of glasses, you've got to give your name, details, and address. Now, for me to hold them details, I need to sign a contract saying that I won't do anything with your details. So this contract that you basically have to sign, and then you have to pay a fee. God knows why you have to pay a fee. I don't know why. I've tried to Google it, tried to find out why there is a fee, but as usual, the UK is the UK and they'll just whack a fee on anything. So it's not too expensive. It's £40 a year, and that's just basically covers you. If you don't pay it, apparently there's a fine of £4,000, which I'm not willing to pay. So I pay the £40 and that covers me for the year. So for a total of like £20, you've now started your business, and now it's a real thing. And this is why I think this is really important. It isn't in your head anymore. It isn't just an idea that you have. It's now a real business. It's a real entity. The government knows about it. So now it gets your into gear and it gets you going. I feel like once a little bit of money is taken out, that's sort of like the push that I needed to get it going. Once you've spent a little bit of money on something, you kind of feel like you owe the work to it. So then you can start get it going. Start looking for logos, start looking for people, start doing whatever you need to do now that it's a legit business. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any extra questions, just whack them in the comments. I'll reply to every single one I can. So if you fancy subscribing, this channel is all about how to gain skills to make sure you can do what you want to do in your future. I'm covering the lot. I'm uploading once a week. So hopefully I'll see you next week, and good luck on your next venture.